Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I bet to Saya Hustazi bin Sheikh, our lecturer of AGR 244 Pest Management. My name is Ahmad Shukri bin Karya from class 80 1104C, student ID 2019419164. Will presenting the major plantations diseases management. For the introductions, the commodity crop that I had chosen for my researches about the diseases is the rubber crop, in which it related to the observations of the rubber trees, Hevea brasiliensis. As we know, the rubber plantations are one of the important sectors in which the productions of the latex that in result will contribute to the industry of glove. The rubber tree should be taken care of to ensure its quality will be preserved, in which the quality will affect the economy of the rubber plantations. So they are the important for the entrepreneur of rubber, such as farmers or planters, to care about the diseases that potentially will attack the rubber trees and also the effective ways to counter the diseases. For the descriptions of the diseases, for the scientific name, it is Anthracium salmonicola, and the common name, which is pink disease. For the symptom from the diseases, the splitting, rooting, and also the cracking of the barks are observed. The swelling of the stem and also the branches of the rubber tree are observed. The observings of the penetrations of fungus that go through into the barks, the exudations of the latex, and also the drying and also the yellowish of the leaf will be observed. These figures are related to the pink diseases. For the figure 1, related to the observations of the pink diseases, and the figure 2 related to the yellowish leaf that on their way to being dried up are observed. For the effect on yield, the quality of the latex are not as good as being predicted, and at the certain conditions, the latex will unsuccessfully to be produced. The loss of the yield are observed because of the affected rubber tree will be obtained as the branches and the stem will be broke, and lastly, making the productivity of that tree will be on lower levels of the potentials. At the some point, the yield will be totally not being observed, as the potentials of the rubber tree being high in rate. For the current control practices, the usage of the biofungicides, such as Bio-C, are suggested to be used. The foliar fertilizer should be applied, in which it helps in the regeneration of the bark that had the signs of the affected by the diseases. The fertilizer that with the sufficient amount should be applied for the early stages of the rubber tree, removing the leaf and also the barks that had been dead, and also the immature plant should be exposed to the sunlight, as the early stages of the rubber tree are high potential to be affected by these diseases. For the conclusions, as a conclusions, the diseases of the pink disease are one of the major diseases that occur in the rubber tree, in which the major effect can be potentially observed in the crops that should be prevented of. Next, I can researching about the symptoms that can be observed in the presence of pink disease to take early actions to taken care of the crop as early as can to reduce the potentials of it being worse. Last but not least, from this research, I can increase my knowledge in deciding the ways of controlling this type of disease, as the cultural method, chemical method, and also the biological method are mostly to be used. That's all from me. Thank you, sir.